And welcome back to On the Mic with Dr. H, the Global Mentor Coach. And I hope you are enjoying this season as I am having as much fun bringing you some great content that's going to help you grow your business. It's all about enhancing you and your business. And today we're talking about mental health days. This is so important because as business owners, we tend to just go, 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 go. But that's not healthy for us or our businesses. You've got to learn to take mental health days or just take some moments for yourself. Seriously. One of the things I like to say a lot is self-care matters. It's probably one of my favorite hashtags to use. And so today I want to really get into this topic because it's serious. I'm not even going to get into the some of the more grim details of mental health, but I am going to share with you some statistics. As you guys know, I'm a number person. So let's get into it. Statistics show, first of all, that about 18% of the US population is likely to suffer from depression and anxiety disorders. 80% of Americans dread going to work every day. Listen. We spend half our working hours working. When I say working, I mean half our awake hours. Half the time that we're awake, we're working. And we dread it. According to the National Alliance on Mental Illness, approximately 1 in 5 adults in the U.S. That's 46.6 million Americans experience mental illness in a given year. That's 12 months. Research shows that mental disorders, particularly depression, have a profound effect on business productivity, even greater than physical disorders. In fact, serious mental illness costs America $193.2 billion in lost earnings a year. According to a report by the National Business Group on Health, mental illness and substance abuse disorders cost employers an estimated $17 billion every year, in addition to 217 million days of lost work. So what can you do as a business owner to support mental health in your business? Okay, before we get into you as an entrepreneur, because I think if when you start implementing some things in your business, it will help alleviate stress that's on you. So what you can do as a business owner to support mental health, first of all, offer mental health days as a benefit. Just like PTO, sick days, anything like that, offer mental health days as a benefit. Create opportunities for your employees to rest. And that may look differently depending on your business because, listen, you got to be realistic. You don't want this stuff to really take a life of its own and overtake your business in a way that it drives business down. But you could provide, there are companies that provide pods for people to take naps, or like little recliners. They have a break room, different places. Offer yoga, stretching opportunities, Pilates, somewhere to stretch and really kind of relieve that tension in the body. Meditation. Some places have meditation rooms and opportunities to just sit and meditate. Things like that. Very helpful. You can even just kind of map out a little walking trail around your business. I've seen companies do that, and I've seen employees just get up and just walk that trail. Sometimes just getting up and walking and getting out of that rut of sitting at your desk and in that one space all the time really does help. Make your people a priority. If you care about your people, and I mean really care about them and not just with words, you've got to demonstrate it. Be intentional about prioritizing your people. Improve your workplace culture. Listen to what you see and hear. And that's right, I did say listen to what you see. Listen to what you see and hear. If you have a toxic workplace culture, change it. And that's what I mean by listen to what you see. Don't convince yourself that your workplace is not toxic. If you have constant drama in your workplace, there's a toxic workplace culture, and it's your responsibility to change it. Otherwise, you're creating stress. Hire a consultant to help you address your workplace culture. There's a difference between perceived workplace culture and what you really have and what you desire it to be. Choose productivity over process. And what I mean by that is focus on outcomes and not just time spent. Oh, you've only spent 3 hours but we slated 5 hours. But if they completed the work in excellence in 3 hours, why can't that be the standard? This reminds me of when a hotel started introducing pay per room for housekeepers. And so it wasn't so much about the amount of hours they spent cleaning rooms, it was the quality of rooms. So if you could knock out 16 rooms in 4 hours, you got paid more for the quality of the cleanliness of your room in that 4 hours than working 8 hours cleaning the same 16 rooms, and they probably weren't as good. Because it's about the outcome. How productive and pristine is the work? Encourage a creative workplace culture. Have brain breaks. And in my research, it says help remove the stigma of mental health and have moments during the day where pretty much everyone takes a brain break to have fun and relax, guilt-free. I can only think, as I look at this list of things that have come together, I can only think about Google because I've done so much research on them. They just get it as it relates to workplace culture, and they're doing it right. They're doing something right. The last thing is really important, and it's not as easy as the others, and I say that loosely. Build trust among and with your employees. And that goes back to, if you prioritize your people and genuinely prioritize them and care about them, that will aid you in building trust with them. And that's critical. So let's get into some things about you as an entrepreneur, because, how can you grow and some other things. So as an entrepreneur, you can't do everything for your team and nothing for yourself. Let's just get that out there. Again, I go back to what I said, self-care matters, okay? Research supports entrepreneurs taking mental health days. In fact, entrepreneurs are 50% more likely to report having a mental health condition, with some specific conditions being more prevalent among founders. A whopping 72% of entrepreneurs surveyed self-reported mental health concerns. The research goes on to say that entrepreneurs are twice as likely to suffer from depression, 6 times more likely to suffer from ADHD, 3 times more likely to suffer from substance abuse, and 10 times more likely to suffer from bipolar disorder. These are some scary and alarming statistics, but they're real. They are out here, and they're something that we really need to deal with, especially among us as entrepreneurs. Entrepreneurs deal with a lot of stress. And I mean a lot of stress. And I think, like I said before, if you implement some of these things that you can do to support mental health, I believe it will alleviate some, not all, but some of the stress you experience, because now you can kind of let a little bit go and delegate a little bit better, and now you have higher productivity outcomes, and they'll be at that right standard because you genuinely care about your people. The other thing is isolation. Entrepreneurs deal with a lot of isolation, and it may not seem like it, but it does. I think everybody's heard this term, it's lonely at the top. We've heard it probably either all our lives or half our lives, and it's not a fallacy. It really is lonely at the top. And so as humans, we have to understand that we're meant to do life together. Whether it's in business, partnership, we're meant to do life together. And a lot of times as entrepreneurs, we feel like we're alone. We don't have that support. We feel like it's everybody's against us. It's us against the world, competition on every hand. And we're always trying to kind of get to that next thing. And there's nothing wrong with that, but we're meant to do life together. So I came up with some how-tos of mental health, not just mental health days, but here are a few how to's for you as an entrepreneur. First of all, if you're going to take a mental health day, plan it like you plan everything else. Plan what you're going to do with that day because it helps you to focus on exactly what it is you want to do and make sure that what you're planning to do is what you want to do. The whole point of a mental health day, taking that time, is to do something pleasurable that you enjoy doing. That leads me to my next point of absolutely no work allowed. It can be tempting because you run through your mind of all the things that you have to do, but don't. Okay. I would say break your mental health day down and consider taking mental health hours rather than whole days because sometimes it's just not enough. You don't have, there are not enough days for you to take and capture. And even if you're not an entrepreneur, if you're a manager, supervisor, leader, if you're an executive in any capacity, consider taking mental health hours. Seriously. And just do you. Okay. I used to work with someone who his thing was the gym. He working out was his thing, and he would go for a few hours, work out, shower, change, come back fresh, and be just crisp and ready to go. Whatever works for you. But consider mental health hours rather than whole days. Not saying days are not important, but just consider it because you know your lifestyle and what's more conducive for you to implement at this point of your life. The other thing is that's key to your mental health as an entrepreneur is having a reliable support system. It's not just enough to have a support system. You need reliable people you can depend on and lean on. Meditate, exercise, sleep. All of these things are critical to you as it relates to mental health. Meditation is just simply disciplining your mind, and just sometimes it's just I just want to quiet my mind. I don't want to think about anything. I just want to clear my mind and just woosah. Okay, it sounds easier said than done, but it's a discipline. If you practice it enough times, you'll get the hang of it, and really, you'll become a pro at meditating. This is a good one for you as well. Join a mastermind group. And when I say that, don't just join any group. You want to find a safe space to talk about your woes as an entrepreneur, and get constructive. This is the key. And part of this is finding a safe place to get constructive feedback on how to address challenges in your business that are the source of your stress. And maybe, just maybe, there's some personal stuff that leaks in there, but it doesn't mean that people in that room hasn't experienced that or addressed it, and they can't still give you constructive feedback on how you can address it to alleviate your stress as well. And it takes time to find that safe space, and it goes back to having a reliable, I can't say that enough, support system. Here's a big one. These last two are huge, and I save them for last on purpose. Be honest with yourself and get the help you need to get better. And when I say get better, I mean don't just feel better, but you need to be better. And that means get therapy if you need to. If you feel like if you're taking more mental health days and mental health hours, if you're taking a lot of them, you need therapy. And therapy is not a bad word. Get it. Do what you need to do. You've got to take care of you, because if you don't take care of you, your business is done. And there are people relying on you, and that's a source of stress just in that alone. There's nothing wrong. Invest in yourself. Get a coach, a business coach, a life coach. If therapy is not an option for you for whatever reason, get help and talk about it. Get the help you need, seriously. And the last one, but certainly not least, do not be afraid to walk away. If the best thing you can do for yourself is walk away, then walk away. Work on an exit strategy for your business. There's nothing wrong with that. Some people start a business and have no intentions of carrying it on for generations and generations. They just want to sell the business. Work on your exit strategy. There's nothing wrong with that. But don't be afraid to walk away. And that's all I got for you guys this week. Thanks for listening to On the Mic with Dr. Race, the Global Mentor Coach. If you like this podcast, make sure you like and share it. You can hear it actually on iTunes, on the Apple on the Apple podcast. You can actually hear it also on Spotify. There are a couple other outlets too. You can also hear it on Anchor FM. I really sincerely, from the bottom of my heart, appreciate your support. If there are topics you'd like me to cover, or if you just need a business coach, you can email me at info@globalmentorcoach.com. Again, you can email me at info@globalmentorcoach.com. So thanks for tuning in with me, Dr. Race, the Global Mentor Coach. Remember to spread lots of love and light. Until next time, ciao.